Hello Gemini, welcome, come on in. This is going to be a general reading for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is general, so I'm not going to look for anything in particular, but I will talk about whatever comes up in the cards. Also, just to let you know, I'm going to be starting with some oracle cards, just a higher level message, theme, focus that Spirit feels like you need to hear or see. And then I will use the tarot to see how this is playing out in your life and or just any additional messages that Spirit feels like you need to hear or see today. So what do we have for Gemini, please, Spirit? What does Gemini need to see, hear, focus on, be reminded of? Message for Gemini. Okay. All right. Consider your feelings. Recognizing and admitting to yourself that you feel angry is important because it means you are actually considering how you feel, rather than just reacting as if on autopilot. You are thinking through what is happening, not just letting rip with your first instinctive or habitual response. Consider your feelings. Underneath that, we have feel grateful. Gemini, what's going on? Are you being triggered by something? What's got you having to take that 10 count breath? I feel like there's something going on that's really got you worked up. But it's important for you to consider your feelings, not just everyone else's in this situation. Take some time to look at that, think about that, why you feel that way, why the situation, circumstance, what someone said triggered you or made you feel triggered. And your feelings are valid regardless, no matter what they're based or founded on. Your feelings are valid, but it is important for you to stop and look at why you feel that way and how to honor yourself while also respecting the other people involved. Let's see, what else do we have for Gemini? I also feel like you could be trying to make a decision and coming at it specifically, very Gemini response, coming at it very specifically from the mind through thought and intellect. And you could be being advised to not just look at this from that perspective, but also to consider your feelings. They are important in this, and it's necessary that you consider or take that into account when trying to make this decision. What else do we have for Gemini, please? Mending. Yeah, I feel like there's a conflict. Something, either you, I don't know which way this goes yet. Maybe I won't. You do know. But there's definitely a conflict where there's some mending and healing that needs to take place. But it's important for you to consider how you feel in this situation, how the interaction made you feel. We also have orphaned. So I feel like you're feeling alone and shut out, as if you have been disconnected from your community, from the family. Just feeling isolated and alone. This is very much, it's even a 5. This is 52 or 7. This is even a 5 card, much like the 5 of Pentacles, that feeling isolated and shut out, disconnected. It's how you're feeling. Consider your feelings. It's not necessarily the truth of the matter. It can be your perception of a situation. Bottom of the deck, we have peace. You are going to find peace. You're going to figure this out. You're going to find your peace in this situation. But you need to mend this situation. If you can't mend it with this person or this group, it's important for you to mend this within yourself, to see this from a higher perspective, not just intellectually, but emotionally as well. There's a wound within you, and this could even be speaking to not particularly a situation that has happened right now, but going back to your childhood, taking a look at some things that happened in your childhood that left you feeling shut out, isolated, and alone, as if you were always alone or on your own. And it's important for you to look at your feelings as a child, how it made you feel as a child, and how that has shaped you and your responses, and how you connect to people as an adult, to see that perhaps from a different perspective, to mend that wound within yourself. What else for Gemini? Okay. Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Well, of course you can. You're Gemini. You are the magician, the master manifester. You can manifest this feeling of abundance being connected in your life. But there's something either with a person or within yourself that you need to heal. I feel like it's blocking your ability to do this because even as the master manifester, the magician can't manifest when they are not in balance. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. I feel like this is eating away at you. It is, I feel like, we carry wounds, heartaches, sorrows, thoughts that manifest into our physical reality, into our physical body. There could be something, a wound that you are holding on to that you are beginning to see manifest in your physical health. It's time for this to be healed. It's time for you to truly acknowledge your feelings and heal this, because bottling them up and denying them is coming out. They're coming out anyway, and they're coming out in ways that are not beneficial for you. It's time for you to look at this and address this. Bottom of the deck is death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. This is a necessary transformation for you. It's time for you to release this, let this way of being, this perception, this feeling of being isolated and alone, let this die and transform into something new, because there is something new for you. You can manifest what it is that you want, but you need to spend some time taking a look at this and how it's affecting you and to heal this. Let's take a look at your tarot. I feel like you could have had a health scare that has actually begun this process for you to really begin to look at this and take the time to acknowledge how you're feeling, how you've felt, how this has played out in your life. What else for Gemini, please, Spirit? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have for Gemini? Okay. The Star, which is, this is a card about healing. It's spiritual healing. It's help from the divine. I feel like something happened to trigger you to begin to look at this so that you can begin to heal it. And also there's wishes. This is called wishes in this deck. I feel like there's something that you really, really want, that you're hoping for, wishing for. And I feel like the universe wants to give it to you, but there's something that you have to heal and release in order to be able to be open to receive this. Knight of Swords. This is the card of Aquarius. You could have Aquarius in your chart, but it's air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's you. King of Swords knows their truth, but this is someone very logical, very mental, very analytical, someone who's emotionally detached. I feel like I'm giving you are shut out or shut off from your own feelings, your emotions. There's something that you have ostracized within yourself, and it's time for you to heal this, to look at this, to take this. King of Swords takes charge. They don't let the truth. They live by the sword. They live by the truth. But it's time for you to reevaluate this. What else for Gemini, please, Spirit? Whoa, sorry. This was the Knight of Swords. Here we have the King of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, it's fighting a battle. I feel like you're fighting an internal battle between your thought and your emotion. With the King of Swords, here we are. Now you have your truth, your sword of truth. Very, it's like your mind, your thought. I feel like you live by, like I said, you live by the sword. You live by your truth. We have the Five of Swords. This is a card of conflict. It's struggle. It can be conflict with other people in your life, fighting disagreements, but it's also a mental conflict. And I feel like it could be a situation with a person, could be both of these things. Could be this situation, this conflict with this person that has triggered the beginning of this healing for you. Or it could just be about the need for you to heal this within yourself. But this Five of Swords, if it isn't conflict with another person, it's mental conflict, and it's battling your own ego. Doing battle in your head, and there's a clear victor and a clear loser. And I feel like you ostracize the emotional side of yourself. And it's time for, you're looking at this, I feel like, or you're about to. Happy occasions, the Four of Wands. This is a card about, it's about the home. It's about having joy, stability. It's things, family, home life, built on a solid foundation. Fours are about stability and security. It's also celebration. It's just having a happy home, a happy life. I feel like that's what you are fighting for. There's something about this feeling orphaned that has been preventing you from really experiencing this joy. And you're starting to look at this. Nine of Swords, again, mental conflict. Of course, we're air signs. You're an air sign, you're in your head. Air signs tend to experience their emotion through their intellect. And there's nothing, it's beautiful. I'm an air sign too. I get it. It's how we understand it and feel it and process it. But there's also that potential to be not in balance and driven solely by the intellect, the mind. But it is causing conflict for you internally, mentally. And I feel like it's blocking you from having this joy and stability that you want. We have the King of Cups, and we have the Eight of Wands. King of Cups is, I feel like this is what you're trying to balance out, these aspects of yourself. The King of Swords, the King of Cups, the intellect and the emotion. King of Cups is incredibly emotional, intuitive, very loving, has so much love and emotion within them. Now, they do keep a lot of it under the surface. They don't share, they hold back, they keep to themselves. But the love is there. They're emotionally mature. They understand their emotions. They know that emotions come and go, and that there's an ebb and a flow, and they're not controlled by them. They live in the flow and balance within them. I feel like that's exactly what you're trying to balance out and heal. You're fighting this. You're fighting this part of yourself, male or female, but you're fighting this aspect of yourself. But we have Eight of Wands, communication. I feel like you're about to take action. I feel like there's about to be movement forward in this for you, and you're gonna communicate about this with yourself, maybe with this person where there's been this conflict. But there's definitely action and motivation in terms of this. We have the Three of Pentacles. This is collaboration. It's working together. It's balancing the aspects of the self in collaboration with spirit in order to create something new. And it's also recognition. I feel like the steps that you take to bring this into balance, you're going to recognize or see the changes begin to happen. And I feel like people in your life are going to begin to see these changes and these shifts within you as well. What else for Gemini? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ten of Wands, responsibility. I feel like you could feel like you're the one who carries the burden of responsibility. You're carrying a lot of responsibilities. I feel like it's also a heavy burden for you to deny, or it's been a heavy burden for you to deny this. I think you're going to, one, within yourself, figure out this balance to work with the two aspects of yourself. And I also feel like there's a lot of burden or responsibility in your life, and you're communicating with the people in your life about this and about the need to collaborate and to work together and to share the responsibility, because these wands have been too much for you to carry by yourself. Fortunately, this is the 10. This is the point where you lay them down. You're recognizing that this burden has been too heavy for you to carry on your own. What's the potential outcome? Where are we heading? The world. Yay, perfect. This is the end of this cycle. You're going to lay these burdens down, divvy up the responsibilities, find this balance, and put an end to this chapter of burden. This is the end. The world shows up when we have completed a cycle successfully. This chapter ends and a new one can begin. What else for Gemini, please? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's the potential outcome for Gemini? Please show us the potential outcome for Gemini. Six of Swords. Yay. It's called boundaries in this deck. You're moving away from this difficulty. I feel like you're moving away from this feeling of isolation and being disconnected by bringing this balance within yourself internally. Moving from difficulty, from troubled waters towards calmer waters. Two of Cups. This is a soulmate card. It's emotion. It's a shared cup of love between you and someone else. It's very genuine. It can be, like I said, soulmate. It can be a romantic relationship. It can be a relationship with a sibling, a best friend. But there's a lot of emotion and love. And it really, more than anything, with these two cards here at the end for the potential outcome and your and the spread that you have had, and how I really feel this is about you balancing your intellect and your emotion. I feel like that's what you're moving away from the difficulty, and you're moving forward towards this balanced emotional flow within yourself. And I feel like you're going to see and feel this in your relationships. Finding this balance within yourself, I feel like you're going to see the flow begin to open up in the relationships, your existing relationships. There could also be a new relationship, a new soulmate. It doesn't have to be romantic. Like I said, a new soulmate coming into your life. Anything else for Gemini, please, Spirit? The Moon, illusion. I feel like, again, final card, the Moon, bottom of the deck, the Sun. I feel like, yes, there are things that have been hidden from you, things within yourself that have been residing in your subconscious that have contributed to this feeling of being orphaned or isolated. It has to do with something that I feel like that you learned in childhood, and I feel like you have had an event in your life fairly recently that has triggered this within you to begin to look at this and to heal this. This is about the light and the dark, things that are hidden or unknown. I feel like, it is darkness, but I do feel like that the Moon provides some light in the darkness. It's a bit cloudy and unclear, but there is light. I feel like things are beginning to come to light. I feel like you have discovered how to balance this within yourself, but I also feel like it's causing you to start to look at other aspects of your subconscious, your fears, things that you are figuring out have blocked you from your abundance and have blocked you from this feeling of health and prosperity. Things are coming to light. Things that you have been hiding from yourself is what I'm feeling. And I feel like there's something about this connection that is going to help you shed light on this, to help you become aware, because here we have these two, looks like wolves in this card. Sometimes it's a wolf and a dog, two dogs. In any case, but we have these two aspects here, and I feel like they're going to help you feel more comfortable in your darkness, to take that leap, to look at those things that are hiding in the recesses. I feel like this connection that you're moving towards is, I feel like it's also a bit scary for you. But I just really feel like you are looking at what has been hidden from you within your psyche, within the depths of your soul. In order to heal this, in order to bring this balance to, I feel like you've done the major internal between your intellect and your emotion or your emotionality, but I feel like you are starting to look at other aspects of how this plays out in your life. And I feel like this person is helping you do it, but it's a little bit little bit scary. Pay attention to your dreams. I feel like you may not be getting enough sleep. That could be part of this too. But you are going to find this balance. You're going to get over the big hurdle, and then you're just going to have little hurdles to work through. But you're going to get there. And this is very emotionally fulfilling, this connection. You feel supported. You feel seen. You feel heard. You feel understood. I feel understanding yourself as well as a connection with someone where you feel love. You feel loved and you love. All right, Gemini, you got this. You've got this. Don't cut yourself off from your emotions. Figure out how to connect and integrate and use that to your advantage, that balance between the two, to become the master manifester that you are, to do this in balance and to be in your power. All right, Gemini, this is what I have for you. I hope that if it resonated, it helped. You're going to help me out. Like, share, subscribe. You know the spiel. In any case, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that I see you again. Until next time, love and light.